Hi, everyone. Thank you so much for joining today's international webinar. My name is Summer. I'm an international admissions officer here at UC San Diego, and we're so excited to have you with us today. Before we get started, just an overview of what we'll cover. We'll talk a little bit about San Diego, academics and majors, the college system, first-year admission requirements, additional requirements for international students, including the different educational systems we see often, how to connect with us, and questions. So with that, we'll go ahead and get started. Okay, so a little bit about San Diego. San Diego's city motto is America's finest city. We're about minutes from spectacular beaches, 20 minutes from downtown San Diego. There's a good bus transportation system that comes right onto campus. Students have access to unlimited bus rides through their U Pass. We also have the San Diego trolley. The trolley line has two stations on campus, making it really easy to access neighborhoods throughout the city, as well as goes all the way down to the US-Mexico border. There's lots of opportunities for recreation, including outdoors, kayaking, skiing, hiking, the desert. That can all be done within a day and is just a car drive away. The weather annually is on average 22 degrees Celsius, so pretty good weather all year round. Campus is pretty large. It's nearly 1.5 times the size of Central Park in New York. Students walk, bike, skateboard. You'll see students with electronic scooters, e-bikes, all that kind of fun stuff to get across campus as well. Next, we'll talk about some of the attractions in San Diego. UC San Diego is well connected to activities in the surrounding areas, including Balboa Park, Mission Beach. Comic-Con is really well known for Hotel Del and Coronado Island. Students can take the trolley to most of the locations you see on this list, including Balboa Park and downtown San Diego. Thanks to our location right near the coast in La Jolla, activities like seal watching, Torrey Pines State Park, surfing, hiking, and more are just a walk away. With that, we'll go ahead and talk about our 160 plus majors and hundreds of minors. UC San Diego offers UC San Diego offers 160 plus majors across 10 academic schools. The list of majors can be found on our Triton admissions guide. We offer wonderful opportunities in all areas, including arts and humanities, top 10 college drama programs in the world, according to The Hollywood Reporter, home to the La Jolla Playhouse, and a Tony Award-winning professional nonprofit theater. Applicants to majors in the arts and UC San Diego are invited to submit an optional portfolio. For our selective majors, you'll want to look at this list in the white box here. Our selective majors are data science, engineering, and public health. Admission to some of these more popular majors are limited and can be selected based on capacity. Students interested in any of these programs, so those three, data science, engineering, and public health, should select their intended major as the first choice on the UC application, as admission is best to enter for those majors. For students who apply to a selective major, it is strongly recommended to also select an alternate major that is non-selective. For first-year applicants, if we are unable to admit the student for their first choice major, but they meet the admission selection requirements, they may be admitted to their alternate major or be admitted as undecided if an alternate major was not selected. For our transfer applicants, if we are unable to admit the student for their first choice major, but they still meet selection requirements, they may be admitted to their alternate major. UC San Diego does not admit transfers as undecided, so it's important to select an alternate major that is non-selective. Awesome. So next, we'll go ahead and talk about the college system. So for the college system, it is 8 colleges all within UC San Diego. We do have a new ranking process this year. Students now have the choice to rank 4 of the 8 colleges at the time of application. You can also choose not to rank the colleges at all. Either choice is no bearing on the admission decision. It is completely preference. Whether you rank them or you don't rank them, it doesn't affect your admissions at all. But if you do choose to rank your top 4 colleges, we will do our best to place students into one of those choices. There's no guarantee that they'll be placed in one of their top choices. And then students who do not choose to rank their colleges will be assigned to one of our 8 colleges based on availability. In January, all applicants will be given a final opportunity to review their rankings, or if they did not rank at the time of application, they'll have the opportunity to do so then. More information will be shared via email, so it's important for students to ensure they are checking their email throughout the entire admissions process. A unique feature at UC San Diego is our college system. If you go to that Triton brochure, you'll be able to see the link to all of our 8 colleges. These colleges help students thrive as they create an opportunity to make the university experience more personal and approachable. This system allows students to experience the best of both worlds. Advantages come with being at a top-ranked research institute that has both state-of-the-art facilities and world-renowned faculty members, but while also remaining a part of a smaller community through their college affiliation. Um, so new students are usually housed by their colleges, and academic advising, dean office services are provided at the college level. Students can study any UC San Diego major at any college. So it's really important to note the college system is not major specific. Any student from any major can be a part of any of the colleges. The major is going to remain regardless of college. Classes are taught throughout the campus and include students from all of the colleges. So for those major classes or elective classes, you'll be integrated with the greater campus. Each college has a student government, organizations, traditions, special events. These are also options on a campus-wide level. The difference among the colleges is that they each have their own philosophy and from what they developed general education requirements. So students will rank their colleges on the UC application for admission. If offered admission to UC San Diego, a college is assigned based on how they were ranked on your application. Awesome. So we'll go ahead and continue. So first year admissions, the definition of a first year student depends on one thing. If the student took college courses while still enrolled in high school, or did they take college courses in a regular term after they graduated high school? So if the student has not graduated high school, no matter how many college courses were taken, they will still apply as a freshman. A regular term is defined as fall, winter, intersession, or spring. So a student can take college classes in the summer immediately following high school graduation, but not in the fall after following graduation. Any UC transferable units will be awarded in the enrollment process, so they will get credit for those and may end up with advanced sophomore or junior standing. Sometimes we get questions about the applicant status if they have taken numerous community college classes or even completed an associate's degree at the high school level. They are still considered first-year applicants. So some of the first-year requirements we'll talk about. Um, Admissions requirements for first-year applicants are included on the insert of the Triton admission guide. UC San Diego is a selective campus for admission, so it's important that students exceed the minimum requirements to be more competitive applicants. So if you hear the requirements, we'll see the usual A through G subject requirements. They represent academic preparatory courses that first-year applicants will complete in high school. We do understand that the A through G are California-centric and may not be feasible to complete in some of the education systems around the world. What is important is that students are pursuing a rigorous academic program that prepares them for university entrance as it exists in their educational system. So where possible, competitive applicants often exceed the standards in their educational systems. Applicants, they are competitive with peers in the particular school/slash educational environment. So for GPA, UC San Diego considers a weighted GPA using 10th and 11th A through G coursework. Regardless of whether we strictly hold a number of A through Gs in a particular system, our qualitative assessment or GPA will always be used based off the A through G academic preparatory courses only. We may not strictly calculate a US style GPA in educational systems where it is not the method of assessment and considered performance within the context of educational system. AP, IB, and transferable college courses are used to weight a student's GPA or are considered advanced rigorous courses. School designated honors are assigned additional weight as well. Non-California residents must have a 3.4 or comparable level of performance within their educational system. And again, competitive applicants often exceed those minimum expectations. So for examinations, UC San Diego will not consider SAT or ACT scores as a factor in admissions process. We are test blind. Our goal is to identify and admit students who are fully prepared to excel in our challenging academic environment. We're looking for students who represent strong academic achievement, exceptional personal talent, and a broad diversity of abilities, personal experience, and background characteristic of California. To learn about our review process, we encourage you to visit our webpage for first year application review under our admissions website. So for application review, UC San Diego conducts a holistic review of first-year applications, taking everything into consideration that an applicant um, puts on their application. So we review both academic and non-academic factors, academic rigor and achievement, the number of AP, IB, or college/university level coursework, personal qualities and achievements, leadership, special talents, academic enrichment programs, personal insight questions. Those are the essay questions. So for the personal insight questions, there are 8 questions for first-year applicants to choose from. Students will select any 4 to answer. We encourage you to choose those that are the most appropriate to yourself as an individual. The same weight is given to each question. There's not one question that has more weight than another. There is a 350-word maximum for each answer. Some helpful tips that we'd like to share is to start early. Think of the questions like an interview. What is it that is important for us to know in considering you for admission? Speak in your own voice, make it about you. It's not a creative writing assignment, so you really just want to kind of get the information to the reader. Awesome. So with that, we'll go ahead and continue to our international admission requirements. English proficiency, TOEFL, IELTS, or Duolingo scores. Now that we've seen some of those scores uh, for the English proficiency, demonstration is required for internationals who have completed their secondary high school education at a school where English is not the sole language of instruction. The minimum required score on the exams are listed here. So for TOEFL, it's a score of 83. For IELTS, it's a minimum score of 7. And for Duolingo, a score of 115. More details on English proficiency can be shown on a later slide. The UC application has areas for you to enter all the information we need. You enter your subject with grades or marks in your native system exactly as they would appear on your transcript. Maybe that's a 1 through 10, percentages, words, or letters. Don't try to convert these yourselves. We want you to report them exactly as they show on your official transcripts. Don't send us any transcripts, letters of recommendation, or supplemental materials as we cannot review that information. We ask that you report any external examinations in the international external exam section of the application. You can self-report predicted grades, predicted scores, but they are not required for admission. Official scores are not required until a student has accepted an offer of admission. To be considered for admission, you must have completed secondary school with a superior average in academic subjects and earned a certificate of completion that would enable you to be admitted to a university within your home country. So something that is equivalent to a US high school diploma. So for international admission requirements, a little bit more on English proficiency and both the international exams. So for English proficiency exams, students who will have fewer than 3 years of high school in the U.S., whose sole language of instruction outside the U.S. was not conducted in English, are required to self-report scores from an acceptable English language proficiency test. That's TOEFL, IELTS, and Duolingo. Students may use scores from specific sections of the SAT or ACT, as well as AP and IB scores to satisfy English proficiency in lieu of a TOEFL, IELTS, or Duolingo. Only students who need to demonstrate English proficiency should report an SAT or ACT scores. Students who wish to report SAT or ACT scores for placement purposes after enrollment at UC will report their scores after submitting the application. Official English proficiency or the SAT, ACT scores are not required unless / until a student is offered admission to UC. Students will then submit their official scores directly to the campus where they intend to enroll. International exams. There's also a space in the test score section to report international exams. Students who have taken externally moderated exams as part of their curriculum outside of the US should report it in the exam section. Examples include, but are not limited to, British Pattern GCSE, IGCSE exams, Standard 10, and Standard 12 exams from India. Okay, UK A levels. So we'll take a look at the UK A levels. If your school follows the UK pattern system, this slide will show you the minimum UC admission requirements. A minimum of 5 subjects in your GCSE/IGCSE exams, including English with grade C or better. You'll need 3 or more A-level exams completed or planned with grade C or better. Specific subjects are not required for any major. When you're completing the UC application, for your coursework, you may now select the A star through EU grading system from the drop-down menu. If you are in a 13-year program, report year 10 as 9th grade, year 11 as 10th grade, and so forth. In the coursework section, enter each subject and corresponding internal assessment mark. For external exams, for something that's new this year is you may now select the exam board under which you have taken slash will take your exams. If you have more than one board, select the board where most of your exams will be completed, and then you can use the additional comments to list the others as well, if you'd like. Report your external exam results already earned in the exam section. Also enter your A-level exams that are planned or completed in the exam section. You may enter predicted grades if they are available to you as well. Enter any AS exams completed and their results. You may earn transfer credit for GCA level exams with C or better, and that's the advanced level. Awesome. So for the IB program, um, it is an excellent preparatory for your university studies. Completing the full IB diploma will fulfill UC admission requirements, and you will earn credit towards your degree for any IB-HL level exams passed with a 5 or better. When you're completing your application, correctly indicate if you are an IB diploma program. Select 1 through 7 until back for the grading scale if your school awards grades on the 1 to 7 scale. Select IB diploma for the degree type. Provide complete information for grades 9 through 12 on the academic history section of the UC application by entering subjects taken and internal marks earned. If you did GCSE/IGCSEs before IB, 5+ subjects are required and you must report them as seen on the previous slide. You can self-report predicted IB scores if your school provides them to you. And be sure to report all completed and planned exams in the external exam section. No minimum IB total score is set, nor are individual scores. However, successful applicants are usually highly competitive within their school environments. Specific IB subjects are not required for any majors. Awesome. Up next is international schools. If you are studying in an international school or in a national curriculum program, your school and final secondary certificate of completion or diploma must be recognized in that country and allow entrance to the university in that system. If your school follows a US curriculum, you are in an AP program at your high school, or your school must be accredited by one of the formerly 6 regional accrediting bodies in the United States, or their successor accrediting agency. When completing the UC application, enter the name of your diploma. So for example, oh yes, sorry. So when completing the UC application, select the appropriate grading scale for your school. Make sure you do not convert grades to A, B, C if they are not be issued on your transcript. You'll just want to report them exactly as they would show on your transcript. Enter your classes to the best of your ability in the appropriate section. We know that maths outside of the US is integrated. Just enter it in each year and loosely categorize it. Use the additional academic comment section to clarify your studies or provide more detail about your school. For the additional academic comments, we want you to take advantage of this section to explain anything notable or different about your school and your studies. We know there are often unique variations in systems or school environments, so this section can be used to explain anything that you feel you were unable to include due to the structure of our application. Awesome. So the application is open now. Um, Use one application to apply to all 9 undergraduate campuses under the UC system. The application is available to submit now and is closed on December 1st. December 1st is unique to this year. Typically, the deadline is November 30th, but this year it is December 1st. We recommend that you apply broadly. The application fee is $95 per campus for international students. For the notification period for first-year students, you will find out by the end of March. For transfer students, you'll find out by the end of April. And the deadline to accept your offer for first years is May 1st, and for transfers is June 1st. We welcome you guys to connect with us. If you scan this QR code, you can get started by filling a Connect with Us form. That's how you'll find out about our webinars or any events that we have going on. So feel free to sign up there. For those of you who may not be able to come in person for a campus tour, we also offer virtual tours. You can find it on our website, or you can also scan this QR code here as well. I would really recommend it. You know, our campus is very large, and this kind of gives you a better view of kind of what you would see if you're on campus yourself. With that, we would love to stay connected. We are on social media. We are on Instagram, X, and YouTube. I really recommend checking out that YouTube page. There's a lot of fun videos of students sharing a day in the life of their college system, the different campus events that are happening year round, everything from that to financial aid, showing you how to fill out forms, all that kind of fun stuff. So stay connected, follow us on social media as well. With that, we are at the end of our webinar. If you have any questions at all about your application or come across something that you're unsure of, we welcome you to reach out to our office. You can call us Monday through Friday, 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. You can also submit our contact us form, admissions.ucsd.edu/contact, and we'll get connected with you. Thank you for joining.